Good morning, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back once again. Thursday, June 4th, 2020. A very hot and humid day here in Southern Virginia. It is about 90 degrees right now with about 95% humidity. And as you can see, my guys are being extremely lazy. Aren't you, Mr. Baxter? I have the AC running, the house AC that is, and Milo is right over here. Hi, buddy. He wants to go look in the window. He is very used to me opening the window up early in the morning for him to look out, but unfortunately today it is way too hot out for that. Sorry, Milo. Maybe tomorrow. All right, everybody. Hope you're all doing well out there. Hope everybody is getting back to normal. Virginia is going through stage 2 of the reopening coming this Friday that will allow people to eat in restaurants. They will still have to social distance. It'll be at 50% capacity, so basically probably every other table is going to have to be skipped. Now, if the video looks a little different, I'm actually filming with a new camcorder. Well, new to me. I purchased this Sony HDR-CX405, I believe it is. I think I got that right. From the thrift store the other day for about $10. Now, you may remember... CMOS sensor didn't like that. You may remember this camcorder I've used in the past. This is the Sony HDR-CX240. The one I'm using now is the upgrade from this particular camcorder. And the main difference between the two is this one that I'm filming with now has a higher end CMOS sensor. More specifically for the video, this one has a true 9.2 megapixel video sensor. So the picture should be a little bit sharper, and you won't get a lot of that lasting that you got when I filmed with this one. I am going to still keep this camcorder though, because this is a great backup. I love these ones because they do have the widescreen and they allow me to vlog while actually holding it in my hand without using something like a selfie stick. So this camcorder is going to be my dedicated vlogging camcorder for the time being. We'll see how well it works today. It has the face detection, it has the image stabilization, so I think it'll do really well. I have gotten a lot of steps in this morning. I'll give you guys an update. Again, it's 8:35. Hang on, I got to do this. I got to do this with my Fitbit so I can go to the right screen. I don't know how well that's coming out, but I got 7,400 steps in so far. So I'm going to have myself a little snack. What I usually will do is after breakfast, I'll get to about 5,000 steps, and I'll go ahead and have a cookie. You guys that watch my channel for a while know exactly the one I'm talking about. And then I'll have lunch later, and then that'll be it. I am still doing the intermittent fasting. So basically, right now I'm doing a 16-8. So 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating, and that seems to work pretty well. I got on the scale this morning, and I was 197.8. So we're going to say 197 pounds. So if you guys are tracking, that's 3 pounds away from the 194 that I want to get to. So let me go ahead and pause this. I'm going to have a little bit of a snack, see what the rest of the day brings, and I'll talk to everybody on the flip side. All right, so I want to show off this computer. I have not finished building this. This is one of those Optiplex 390s that I got in on that last haul. And this one is unique in the sense that I've actually upgraded this. This originally came with a Core i3-2120, so very minor, very low-end dual-core processor. I have since upgraded this with a Core i7-2600 processor that I purchased from the Goodwill Retail Center over in Hampton. The only problem that I had with it initially was, for some reason, when I put the processor in there the first time, it didn't want to take, so I had to take the heatsink and the fan off, and I had to reseat the CPU in there. I've noticed with these 390s, it's very sensitive to any little bit of dirt or grease or a little grime or even dust that gets in on those pins. And what I did is I took it out and I just literally blew whatever I could find out in there, reseated the CPU. Before that, of course, I made sure there weren't any bent pins, which luckily there weren't. Put it back in, and then everything seemed to work fine. I have the ADATA drive here. This is a great SSD, the SU630. Love these. That's going to go in here with a 2 terabyte hard drive, and then I should have a buyer for this. Now, this is going to be mainly a video editing / light gaming rig. You might see this PCI Express. I guess that would be an X8 card because it's a half. Goes halfway, yeah. So that would be a X8 card. This is one I picked up at Best Buy a while back, and you could see that it's a Geforce Gt 710. This is by no means a high-end graphics card. It's got 2 gigabytes of dedicated video memory, so it will play games like World of Warcraft, GTA, comfortably. When I say comfortably, it's low to medium settings and a decent frame rate. So this is not really going to be made for gaming once again, but for video editing, this system is going to rock. Let's go ahead and boot it up real quick. I think I actually have it plugged in. Let's see. And get into the BIOS here. Was I fast enough? Oh yeah. Dell Optiplex 390. And as you can see down here, it is a Core i7-2600 quad core running at 3.4 gigahertz. I have actually 2 sticks of DDR3. So PC, what would that be? PC 12.8 if it's running at 1,333 megahertz. I find it very interesting. Usually the systems that only have 2 RAM slots like this don't offer dual channel, but apparently this one does. You can see dual interleaved DDR3 SD RAM. I will have to update the BIOS on this though, because this is still rocking A5, which is from way back in 2012. Actually, the manufacture date and the BIOS date, or the ownership date, I should say, are very close. So I'm thinking that is the original version of the BIOS. That's very interesting how they do that. So I never noticed that they have the manufacture date, so when the system was actually put together, which was March 1st, 2012, and then they have the ownership date, which is obviously when it was purchased and taken ownership of, and that was on the 7th. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was only about a week, so it was very obvious that this computer was built to order, basically. So these are really nice computers. Honestly, they're very, very well built. Not the best for upgrading because these only have a small power supply. Let me see if I can get the wattage on that, if it even says 250 watts. And what's the peak on there? Yeah, 250. So basically, you're not going to be putting any high-end graphics cards in this, but once again, very well built, very, very good for building video editing rigs out of. I've built several of these 390s for clients that just were getting into video editing, wanted to run stuff like Sony Vegas, Adobe Premiere, Caden Live, and even using good old Windows Movie Maker seems to work very well on these. Dell, you knew what you were doing when you built these computers. Alright everybody, just finished my little snack here. Yeah, my little 800 calorie snack, which will get me going for the bike ride. Just finished watching Boogie 2988's latest upload. I think he called it Advice from Old Boogie on 2020, where he kind of talks about how chaos is his normal, so he kind of thrives during this. He actually doesn't like normalcy. Normalcy is anxiety-provoking to him. But one thing he said really stood out to me, and that is, you have to take care of yourself before you take care of others. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking care of other people. I do it myself. But if you are taking care of everybody else's needs and putting your needs to the side, then you're not doing yourself or anybody else any favors, because number one, you can't be giving your best to the person, and number two, your mental health, your physical health will start to suffer. And that is something that I have struggled with in the past, because I consider myself a very giving person. If somebody's in need, if somebody requires assistance, I'm always there wanting to lend a hand. But it was causing me to get burnt out in the past. And again, I'm not the kind of person that likes to say no, but over the past few years, I've learned that no can actually be a good thing, because saying no at one particular time to kind of save you a little bit of mental stress and maybe a little bit of physical stress in the long run can be beneficial not only to you but maybe to that other person that you're trying to help. And think about it this way too. A lot of us become enablers by doing too much for people. I give you a great example. My grandmother, when she started going down mentally, she required a lot of assistance. Well, I know that we as a family wanted to do everything for her. We wanted to make sure that she was taken care of. We wanted to make sure she was eating. We wanted to make sure that she was able to go out and get exercise. But we got to the point where we were doing everything for her. I mean, we were making her meals. We were even helping her get up and go to the bathroom. Now, towards the end, that was a good thing because she was really, really struggling. But there was a time, I would say maybe in a 2-year span, where a lot of that stuff, with the right encouragement, she could have done on her own. But we didn't let her. And I think that was actually a disservice, because you want to feel somewhat self-sufficient even though your health may be declining. And that's just kind of a dignity thing. And I get it. Believe me, I get it, because there have been times in my life where I really needed help. But the kind of help I needed was just somebody to give me a, yeah, you're doing good. You're really doing good. Keep it up. Remember, you can do it. Kind of a pep talk versus actually physically helping me or someone else do something. So just a little bit of food for thought. I got Milo right here, if you guys can see him. He's just kind of chilling on the bed right now. It is about 9:30, so I am ready for my bike ride. Oh, you guys can actually see the clock right there, so we'll see what the rest of the day brings. I'll talk to everybody on the flip side. All right, folks, 10:40, just got back from a bike ride. You guys can probably see I am royally sweat through. This shirt's about sweat through about halfway down. It's ridiculous. I'm a little dehydrated. I'm going to get some water. I had to run some errands, had to pay some personal property tax, and went over to BJ's, picked up 2 of their maple syrups here. By the way, best price on maple syrup you can get. $10, $9.99 for, what is this, a quart, 32 ounces of the organic 100% pure maple syrup. I stick this on my oatmeal every morning. I couldn't do without it. I love this maple syrup, and it's the cheapest you can get. I think the next cheapest, at least in my area, is at Food Line or Target, and they want like $15. So save $5. If you have a BJ's Wholesale Club near you, definitely go ahead and check them out. I'm going to get something to drink. I think I'm going to treat myself to a little bit of Sunday Shop, low-fat, low-carb chocolate ice cream. We'll see what the rest of the day brings. Mom and I are trying to plan the day. We're going to go do something, probably a bike ride because it's so hot. When you try to walk on a hot day like this, you build up a sweat really quickly, but there's a little bit of a breeze out there. So when you're biking, you get that wind hitting you in the face, and it's just about the right temperature. You'll still sweat, but at least it'll be tolerable. Talk to everybody in a little bit. All right, because so many of you have asked me what ice cream have I been eating recently. This is it right here. This is the Sunday Shop. This one is the chocolate light ice cream. Oddly enough, the chocolate has 280 calories, vanilla has 240, and I also get a peanut butter and sea salt caramel, which each have, I think it's 320 calories. These are for the pint, so you can eat the whole thing. And you can see that it is actually, at least the chocolate one, is sweetened with chicory root extract, so it makes for a really, really good flavor. And I have to say, for light ice cream, I really do enjoy this. I think it has a very, very good flavor, albeit the lid can be a little hard to get off sometimes. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Dad went outside to work on the RV. He was just giving Mom a neck rub because she's had kind of a headache from Yeah, probably from all the heat. So I'm going to put this in my gut and talk to everybody on the flip side. All right, everybody. It's 2 o'clock. 93 degrees. We officially hit 93 degrees. Very, very hot for this time of year. Usually we don't hit this kind of temperatures until end of June, very early July. And what is this now? We are at June 4th. So everybody's staying safe out there. I'm trying to do the same. Looks like I got a package. I think hopefully this is my hard drives. Been waiting for these for a while. I'm going to end the vlog here. I'm feeling a little bit lethargic today. I think I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to try to upload this probably sometime later on tonight or very early tomorrow. Please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.